Today we're playing Terraria Master Mode, but before each boss, this bot is going to randomly assign us a weapon. That weapon, no matter how terrible, must be used to defeat the next boss. However, if it's literally impossible, or we just want to play the odds, we have the option to reroll. But we only have 5 rerolls for the entire playthrough. So if the boss cannot be defeated and no rerolls remain, it's game over. Okay, so in the last part, we just finished taking down Terraria, and there's some really weird routing here. First of all, I don't think I'm gonna do Frost Moon and Pumpkin Moon. I can't remember if I did those last time. I don't have any memory of it, but maybe I did. But Duke Fishron is next, which is way different than when I would fight it. I would definitely at least fight it after Golem, but I guess it doesn't really matter, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, please tell me this has a projectile. Oh, it actually does. Okay, yeah, this should be good, I think. Oh, yes. Okay, finally, dude. All right, that was approaching triple the odds. I mean, I don't know how much the luck impacted things. Maybe this already is triple odds. But yeah, 1040 for this run of Discord. So, 12 chlorophyte bars gets us our new weapon. So again, this is not an item I've used, or at least not that I can remember. So the projectile looks kind of crazy. That's really solid damage. Now, how long does it last for? I saw like 3 seconds, I want to say, which is really not bad. And it's got decent range. So especially for a boss like Duke Fishron, it's just going to charge through all of these, which is really good for us. I meant to get a DPS meter, and I was trying. That whole time I was farming all those Chaos Elementals for like 1,000 or whatever we killed. I was looking, but we just couldn't find it. So no DPS meter yet, but it looks like most of the damage is going to come from these spores. Because I doubt I'll get close enough to hit with the actual weapon itself. Yeah, hopefully we can do this. All right, here we go. So I really wish I had a damage meter, but it's doing all right damage. I definitely wouldn't recommend the weapon against this boss, though. Because there's so much better. And if we could maybe get some of those hits up close, then sure, but yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah, I was hoping for a lot more damage. I don't know why. Fishron's almost never going to be in the spore for more than one hit. So unless I can just line him a bunch up like that. But it's such a short window, and most weapons can just do more from further range and more reliably. Okay, we're about to get phase 2. That took a while compared to most boss fights I've done with this against Fishron in Master Mode. So that tells us all we need to know about the DPS. It's not great. Not that our other weapon, the glaive, would have done this much faster, but I mean, I don't know. This is slow, and this is with the Acre Flask too, which we didn't have against Terraria. Oh, okay. So third phase. So here it might be kind of good. Oh, if I don't just throw. What am I doing? That was so bad. Okay, that was a super sloppy fight. Clearly, we are out of practice with this fight, but that's okay. We didn't waste any crazy buffs, so we'll just run it back. There we go. Not too bad. Not a great weapon for the fight, though. I've done it with worse, but that's not saying much. Fun weapon, though. I do like the spore effect. I think it has its use cases. I just don't know if it's against Fishron. But hey, a lot better than some of the things we could have gotten. So we'll take that. This is for Empress. This one could suck. This is already a difficult fight. So out of the remaining bosses, it's Empress and Moolord. There's really not much left, but those two are the ones where we want good luck. So we still have 4 rerolls. I probably will use one here if we get something really bad, because we have some to spare. But here we go. Jack-o'-lantern launcher. I can't imagine this will be great. I don't know what the range is on it. Assuming the range is decent, then maybe? I normally do this event after Golem. Once we have the temple traps to make this go a lot faster. We don't have that luxury this time around, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult than it usually is. That being said, the lava's doing pretty decent work. We do have the Spore Sack to help out for the first few phases. It looks like the drop is a 6% from the pumpkin base, and then it goes up to 12.5. There's one. Okay. The question is, can we kill this without dying? Okay. We have a bit of a strategy going here. We can just use the projectiles, and they last for long enough to get consistent hits in, which is really good. So killing each individual pumpkin shouldn't be too hard. It's just getting that drop and getting to those later waves. Finally, we got it. I guess we can check how many that took. 11. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. Okay, we have our launcher, and it seems pretty fun, but the damage is decent. It seems to do like an initial hit and then an explosion hit. So every projectile you shoot is like 2 hits. With decent damage, if we put on both emblems, which is probably what we'll have for the fight, that gets us to 128 range damage. And then the lanterns have 102 on them as well. So not bad. The big thing's going to be the range, so as you can see, we'll have to aim this and arc this pretty high up. But I think that's okay, because Empress should keep up with us. So we can just shoot up, and I think those will hit. But we'll see. Okay, so we'll buff up, and we'll see how we do. I would love just a little bit more range on this thing. Because most of these are not hitting. But we did get really lucky in that we got a weapon that is actually from this part of the game. So, it could have been so much worse. It's not bad. It's a very fun weapon to use. I love using rocket launchers. And I just don't ever use them for some reason. So, yeah, maybe I should change that. They're pretty decent. I guess they're not the best ranger weapons in general, but they're fun. They're very... Oh. Saved by the dodge. Okay. That's fine. Okay, there we go. That wasn't bad at all. Just a little awkward more than anything. But yeah, fun weapon. And it's nice because you can... I feel like it'd be so good against the pillars, because we're going to be rolling for the pillars, but without even setting up any sort of hoik, you can just... It's such a long weapon that the projectile spawns like past a block. So it's really handy for fighting normal enemies and stuff. But yeah, that wasn't bad at all. So can we get the wings? No. So we are on to the Golem next. This is a weirdly difficult boss. Genuinely, I have an easier time fighting Empress and Duke Fishron than Golem, because it's a boss in a very enclosed space. So it makes it a lot less consistent, I guess, with how you dodge it. And there's just a lot more stuff to worry about. Depending on the weapon we get, this could be really tricky. Let's just see. I have already done this. I forgot to blacklist that one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Venus Magnum, another ranger weapon. This is the Plantera drop, right? Okay, try number 3. And we get it. Nice. Again, a weapon I haven't really used before. The gimmick to this weapon is that normal bullets get converted into high velocity ones, which pierce and obviously are very fast. Not bad at all. This thing will probably do very, very well against Golem, especially with the pierce damage. So yeah, we'll head on over. I think we're ready because, again, we just were ranger, so we don't have to swap anything over. So yeah, we'll give it a go against Golem. This shouldn't be too hard. I can't imagine. Yeah. That's looking really good. Why is there a mimic here? Oh god, okay. Our platform's too high up. We're getting enemy spawns. Okay, this might get difficult. I should have brought the campfire and stuff. The other thing I'm worried about is running out of ammo. I did not bring enough. Okay, I'm just gonna start hitting that. I was gonna try and take down the fists, but I think I'm going to run out of bullets. That was dumb. I should have bought way more. Okay, we have 400 bullets left. This is so stupid. I think it'll be enough if we don't die first, but it's gonna be close either way. Okay, we got saved so much by the dodges. That was a stupid fight. I don't know why. I did not bring more bullets. That made it way closer than it had to be. Cool. Okay, let's see what our next weapon is. Again, that was dumb, but we made it through. We still have 4 rerolls left, so we're kind of good. We'll see what we get. Mithril Sword. I'm just gonna reroll this now. We're gonna go again. That sucks for Cultist. That will not work. Right? Yeah, no, I don't see a way. I think we definitely use another reroll. Okay, this puts us at 3. So let's try again. True Knight's Edge. That's doable. Definitely doable. We'll take that. Okay. There's our weapons. So, I think probably a downgrade from the last one. But we have range, and that'll be the main thing against Cultists, so it should be okay. I think I'll stick with the Hallowed set, because I am just lazy, and I don't want to fight Golem again. That's the main reason. And it's solid. Especially because we might be getting a different set. I just did a twins fight, because I realized we were out of Souls of Might, or Souls of Sight, rather, and I needed to get the mech glove again. And the damage was looking, honestly, pretty abysmal. So I'm a little worried about this next fight, but we'll just see what happens. It's not a super hard boss, luckily, but yeah. I'm not looking forward to this. So we'll buff, and we'll see how it goes. Start with this. Yeah, it's also kind of hard to use properly. Especially for a fight like this. By the time I'm around the boss, it is already missing. So I might just want to treat it like a true melee weapon and just get a bunch of hits like that to guarantee both. That's going to be hard to do against a boss like this. Because it does hit hard. As easy as lots of projectiles are to dodge, when they do hit you, it can hurt. Oops, that's not good. We have a little bit too much range going on. Oh my god, I guess the swing starts from the back of me. So I hit the wrong one. Oh my god. That's annoying. Again? Oh my god. Oh, this is awful. Okay. Oh, that was really lucky. But yeah, I was going to say, I think I found the strategy. If I just keep on holding a direction and then just barely moving up, then we can seem to get some consistent hits in, which has been the biggest issue. And then even some melee hits as well when it teleports. It's just here is the hardest part when it teleports like that. But that's what we're going to do. It's going to take a long time, but we'll get it. We will get it. There we go. Okay. I was able to get a ton of melee hits in, which is good at the end. And then the damage is fine. Like, if you can get close enough to true melee things with it, the damage isn't terrible. At this point, so I do remember for sure, I don't know if we did new weapons for events the whole way through, but I know we did for the pillars at the very least. So every pillar is going to have its own weapon. So they all should be doable because I have like unlimited attempts. It's just how far on like the pain meter are we going to go for each. So I think what I'll do is I'll call the pillar before I do it. So we'll do the solar pillar first. Okay, so we're going to stay on the previous stage here because the cultist, if we progress to that, we're going to get pillar weapons potentially. So yeah, this will be for the solar pillar. And we'll see what we get. Golden shower. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. I think that'll be fine. We are going to try a cheese of sorts to make this more doable. Because the weapon, it'll take forever to take enemies out. So what we're going to do is place a junction, platform. And create this L. So this is the idea. Though things get tricky when one of the enemies spawns, because it will obviously go through blocks. We don't have any yet, and I forget the name. I should really know. But until then, it's working great. So yeah, if you're ever struggling with the solar pillar, this is the way to do it. You set one of these up in the sky. You could do it on the ground, but you're going to have trouble setting it up while enemies are spawning, so that's why you do it in the sky. And then no spawns will get stuck in like off-screen caves or anything. There's one. So these guys, these chorites, will give you a tricky time. But I think they only will go for you if they are like a certain height above you. So you can use that to your advantage when they're coming up and just stagger them like this. Does this projectile ever end? Like, can I just do this? Yeah, I can. So we can just pee on it from up here. And then now I have to deal with the enemies. Because as you can see, it takes a long time to take this thing down with a golden shower. But if you do it this way, you don't have to worry about it. So that's the solar pillar down. Let's see what we get for the next one. I think we'll get the hard ones out of the way. Let's do Nebula next. And hopefully we get a good weapon for that one. Okay, I will go to the next stage now because we can technically use solar weapons. But let's see if the next one is for the Nebula Pillar. Hey, at least this wasn't for Moonlord. The Nimbus Rod is definitely a supplementary kind of weapon. It's not your main deal, but today, that's exactly what it's going to be. Oh, I don't know how we're going to do this. There is another cheese we can use, and I definitely will be doing it. It's probably going to take forever, so I'm not looking forward to it. So I think, like a star pattern. So... If I'm remembering correctly, that's the shape of it. And then we go down. And we build platforms down until we can put a little spawning platform. Okay, now we're in. So, the idea is, for some reason, that star pattern there messes with this enemy's AI. And it, like, doesn't think it can hit you. And it doesn't want to go through blocks to try. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you. But all I know is that it works, and we're going to be using that to our advantage. However, as you can see, I don't really have a good weapon to target them specifically. Like, only on very specific angles will I be able to hit them. Okay, that's the last one. That took way too long. But thanks to the cheese, it wasn't unbearable. This part, however, the Nimbus Rod's actually really good for. Okay. So from now we just wait till that does its thing. I think we might have to reload it once. Though we are a mage, so maybe not. There we go. Yeah, so on the way back, we got the message. So we're done with the Nebula Pillar. So those are the two hardest ones out of the way, but we had, I mean, that Nimbus Rod kind of sucked for that, so I won't lie, but we had some okay weapons for that. So we'll do the Vortex next. If we can do the Vortex, we should be good, because Stardust is pretty easy to cheese. Let's see what we get. Oh, Dow of Pow. Okay. If I can get this to hit through blocks, I think we are okay. And I know we still have rerolls left, so technically I could reroll, but there's always the chance you get something worse. And we need rerolls for Moonlord, because I could easily get like Cobalt Sword into another bad weapon, and then we lose. So we gotta save as many rerolls as we can for Moonlord, because that is definitely the hardest fight. Okay, so we just need to get Souls of Night and Light. Alright, here it is. Dow of Pow. Another flail. This one's worse than... much worse than the Driftler Crippler. But this isn't for a boss, it's for the pillars, so I think that'll be fine. So the goal is, if we can get... I don't know the name of it, but there's one enemy that will respawn. And if we can just pick up one of those... This one. These two. This is perfect. Okay. Now I've got a way to trap them in. There we go. So now we let these spawn. And there should be 3 more enemies to try and kill. That's 100. Alright. So, yeah, this worked good. It still took a long time, but it was doable, of course. Okay. There goes the Vortex Pillar. So there's only one pillar left. And again, it's the easiest. We can do the exact same thing, except the enemy's even easier to kite around, and it doesn't have any projectiles. So we're in a pretty good spot. Now, I would say, while we can get a bunch of these pillar weapons, I'm hoping we don't, because I want to save the fragments for extra Moonlord summoning items, because I have a feeling we're going to need them. So hopefully we don't get one of those weapons, but let's give it a go. That's awkward. We haven't done the Stardust Pillar yet. That's the only pillar we haven't done. So we're going to ignore that roll. 3, 2, 1. Oh, Kraken. Okay. No, that's fine. That's actually fine. I was thinking it was a worse yo-yo than it actually is. I think that's the one from the dungeon post-plant. Yeah, 151 melee damage. That's a great weapon to pull. Not bad. Okay, so this is the enemy I want. All those other enemies we do not want. Good thing is, this enemy's really fast, so it's quite easy to lure away. Yeah, okay, never mind. I don't know what I was talking about. This is a great weapon. So this should be easy, but we gotta remember, as soon as we take down this pillar, Moonlord's gonna spawn. So what I'm gonna do is, before taking it out, we're still gonna use this yo-yo, of course, to do that. But I'm gonna postpone it until we know our next weapon, so I can prepare my Moonlord loadout beforehand, so that we don't waste that summon, because each summon, it's just going to save me a lot of time. And we actually died. Okay. Oh. Never mind. I'm stupid. I zoned out. That was dumb. And we died, so we have even less time. Well, let's go see what weapon we get. Maybe it's one we already have. But I'm probably wasting this Moonlord spawn, which is great. This is the most important role in the entire game, of course, and we have, what, 3 rerolls left? So, a solid chunk of rerolls, but those can be expanded very quickly, because there's not a lot of weapons that can comfortably beat this boss. But hopefully we get one of those, and we'll be fine. I don't have to waste this summon, but here we go. 3, 2, 1. Doable? Not without prep, but I guess we'll try. I'm so annoyed. Hopefully we can just like do it first try anyways and it won't matter, but we're definitely wasting an attempt here. Here's our loadout. It's not great. We got the 2 emblems, Brand of Confusion, Frozen Shield, Magic Quiver without a Reforge, Hallowed Armor. We have wooden arrows right now. I really need better arrows. I gotta try and get... Okay. Yeah, no, it's spawning. This is gonna be really hard, actually. Your damage is abysmal. I know it'll get better, but... Oh, God. Can we take down the... No. We can't. Alright, I'm just gonna let it kill me. I can't do it with normal, like, regular arrows. Okay, I'm gonna go damage on all our new accessories. It's gonna make it hard to do the fight. We won't have much bulk at all. But I think it's the best way to go in terms of making it doable. Yeah, we'll probably do Shrewmite Armor. I don't know what's best for this, whether I'm gonna want to go Hallowed to try and survive better, because we are already going... Oh. We are already going a more offensive build, so it'll be very easy to die to this boss, but we might need that extra damage in order to keep up with the healing and or just stop it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think we're ready. We have our titanium repeater here. Without stealth, we're looking at 94 damage, and we probably won't ever have stealth during this fight, which sucks, but that's just how it's gonna be. With the scope, the emblem, our quiver, I did get Shrewmite Armor, but I might be swapping back to Hallowed during the fight if we need some more survivability. So this is what we're looking at. It's like okay, it's decent damage. Whether it'll be enough to deal with Moonlord, I don't know. And then we could reroll, but we always run the risk of getting something worse, and then we'd have to reroll again, and eventually we run out. We've only got a few more. So we're going to hope that it's not necessary. And yeah, I think we'll give it a go. We'll use this mount while it's still raining. I should start this immediately, actually, because that does give us, I think, a 20% boost or something like that. Yeah, look at that. That's really good. So we do get a damage boost while it's raining. So we'll see what the damage looks like. It's okay. it's not great. Oh, buff. Okay. That was without buffs. So there should be actually a lot more, because we have like archery potion, rage, all that stuff. So the main thing is we need to kill these, or try to prevent it from healing. Because our damage is so low, every time it heals is a ton of progress we lose. So we want to try and stop that. Okay, we're doing enough to deal with the self-heal, so that's good. And we're taking okay. Okay, our timing here is going to be really important. We do not want to take out eyes too soon. So I think that right one needs a lot of work. And obviously we also want to still be taking down these clots. So I don't have to redo any of that work. Okay. Going good so far. Okay, I think we're just about ready to go. There's the top one, the right one, and the left. Okay, this is where it's gonna get hard. We need to just get some distance. Okay, ready with the Rod of Discord. We also just gotta hope that we're damaging it. Because from so far, it's kind of hard to tell. We just gotta look in position with the... Oh, I got a rebuff. Holy shit. Just an onslaught here. Whoa, wait, why are they over here? That's odd. Okay, I think we're good. There we go. That was such a long fight. Oh my god, we did it though. Our buffs ran out too. I never bring enough buffs. I should always bring like 10 of each. That wasn't too bad. I'm curious, what would we have gotten had I rerolled? Did I make a huge mistake? So if I were to hit another weapon and reroll... See, we could have had the glaive, and then I'd be screwed. And then we reroll again. Crystal Vial Shard. I don't even know if that's possible. Let's say we reroll again. Bad Scepter. That one we could do. So we probably would have been okay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the series. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, I've got some really cool stuff in the works, so look forward to that. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.